Hello and welcome, everyone. This is the last show. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm sure we say it every year of 2021. This is season 3, episode 171. And this is, live coaching, mentorship. We talk about animal healing, messages, spirituality, purpose. Obviously, with 2022 around the corner, we're all wondering and thinking and reflecting. So really, I invite you to come in and reflect on 2021. I don't know about you, but some of the folks I listen or I follow or even talk to, are saying I'm just going to take the calendar and I'm going to throw it in the bin and light it up. So, how do you feel about 2021? What were your, I guess, reflections on that, challenges? Um, Maybe it was terrific for you. I just posted about, 2021, what 2020 meant and all of that. So it's definitely a time, we're in that in between, right? I know that for myself, I've asked the question before, what do you feel about 2022? And a lot, there are a few people that are, there's a lot of fear, I guess is what I'm saying. And fear, we all know what fear is. It's false evidence appearing real. And it's really a choice. And Michael Murdad talked about it in his service as well. You can choose to be the child of God and be the light, or you can be the latter, whatever that looks like. And even Ebenezer Scrooge turned it around, right? Who doesn't remember A Christmas Carol? And not only that, but he gave like a madman, right? After that, which is great. So how can we give back in a sense, like a madman? So 2020 was a wake-up call, truly. 2021 is a call to action. There was a lot of action points. And 2022 is going to be the first step towards the best life you can imagine. The best life you can imagine. So what are you imagining? Are you imagining fear-based, the mindless, the monkey mind, the chatter, or the crap that people told you you couldn't do this, you couldn't be that, you're terrible at this, you're never going to amount to anything. And many times it comes from our family. All right. So this is a great time to purge anything, anyone, people, places, things that do not align with you anymore. You can love people from a distance. All right. So I feel we've learned from our ancestors and we can take that wisdom with us as well and not be attached to it and not let us be our narrative for anything. For anything. All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to share this out because we are live and I am a one soul operation. So, yeah, it would be, I'm just going to throw this out there. If someone would love to be a moderator for me for my show, I would greatly appreciate that. So maybe comment, send me a message, whatever it is. I'd love to have that, that conversation with you, whether it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, or it's across all boards. So I'm realizing, just like anything, you cannot do everything yourself. And to be a martyr, nah, that's old. That's old. All right. So this is your show. We do this every 3 months based on the questions that come in via social media and emails. So if you have a question about spirituality, about healing, about purpose, about being an empath, light worker, a sensitive, which we all are, divination tools, maybe you have questions about oracle cards, tarot, pendulums, crystals, whatever it is, let me know. Let us know. The moon. I mean, I host 2 events, obviously, a month, the new moon and the full moon. And really, I love doing it because it's a great time to just reflect, reset, reassess, and please say hello if this is your first time being here or if you've been with me for years. I appreciate you being here. Really, this is a place to share and grow. No judgment, judgment free zone. And if you judge, really just put a mirror in front of your face because you're judging yourself. So, this is either live or on the replay. Either way, we will answer your questions. I think the first question I got was about. Now, I know a little bit about tarot. I don't work with them very much, but I enjoy watching a few people on YouTube that work with them, and I've learned a lot from them. So I'm trying to think of his name, Chris at Minnow Pond. I'm giving him a shout out. He's on YouTube. He's fun. He calls it as he sees it, as he feels it, as it comes through. Um, I'm trying. Oh, Allie's Tarot as well. She's fun, and she always has cats or dogs in her videos as well. So, really support people that inspire you, because that's I wrote about that as well. Inspire you. So, the shaman's dream. Since I have co-created a new life here in Peru, I am a Canadian, but here I am. Um, the question about oracle cards was, how do I know it's not coming from me and rather spirit? Well, great question. First of all, with any tool that you're working with, cards, pendulums, crystals, you need to clear and cleanse them, cleansing yourself, cleansing your spaces. It's like prayer. It's like anything. You are setting the stage. So if you can go into some type of meditation or even have some way of clearing a card, clearing the mind, body, soul, basically taking ego out of it because ego wants to control. Meaning, okay, I'm pulling this card in the hand. Okay, just for example, oh, I don't like this card. No, that's not the message. Let me pick. I'm gonna, I'm sorry, spirit, but I'm just gonna interfere here and get the card that I want. See how this works? When it's all about service and not about you at all. And that's how I work with clients as well. I take myself out of the equation and I let spirit take the wheel. And I think we're all unlearning that, based on, well, I mean, gosh, just everything we've seen, everything old is falling apart. So we're now building upon the new. And from everything we've learned since 2020, and maybe you've been on your spiritual journey for even longer. But really, it's a beginner's mind at all times. And I clear the cards, I knock, that's for me, knocking, clearing, and shuffling. And it could be a shuffle, it could be, just putting all the cards out on the table and then just and letting it lead you. And then I really love Oracle because there's so many different things that you can see in a card and feel and what comes across, and then numbers. I infuse everything into this: numbers, signs, symbols, animals, song, dreams. All of this is because I'm open to all possibilities. All possibilities. I don't go, oh no, that isn't, science didn't confirm that, or that's not what I learned, or that's not what see what you're doing? You're already putting roadblocks and expectations and judgments. So it's a wonder how you could ever get any clear messaging, or always looking for things outside of yourself when it's inside, always has been. All right. So that is, and then the guidebook. I mean, it's good to go through the guidebook and just kind of read through all the cards and get to know the cards and shuffle the cards and infuse your energy into it, even your crystals, whatever it happens to be. Get, really familiar and intimate with, and these are just tools, okay? This is like a guidebook. This is not, you have to follow everything to the letter. I don't believe in that either. That's what the show is about. It's live. It's free flow. I don't care. What I care about is getting the messages out to everybody to make people feel like empowered empowered and not victim. You can choose. It's a choice. What mindset do you choose? The victim or the empowered? It is pretty simple. Black and white, yin and yang, however you want to look at this. It truly is, but it's also a merging of the two. Here you are, centered in source and God. All right. So that was the first question. Thank you, Ali, for sending that in. I appreciate and love you so much. Thank you for all the support. All right. Oh, looks like I have some questions here. All right. Leandra Jean, thank you so much for being here. Let us know where you're from as well. And how did you find me? Clearly, Facebook. Thank you again. She's asking, what does it mean to see things in your peripheral vision, kind of like a black shadow? Huh. Obviously, spirit is around, and it's really about tuning in to that. And what do I mean by that? You can go into a meditation. You can start journaling, intuitive writing. You can channel whatever it is. You can ask for more information. Of course, always make sure you're protected. Everything I do is in white light, is in love. Um, there is no dark, there is no negative, right? And shadow, I mean, you can see it as some people will see it as shadow self, but you really just shine your light into those corners. But obviously, yeah, something's coming through. I don't know if you've been on a journey for a while, you're just opening up to it, but I see you dabbling in a whole bunch of things. So they're asking you to really narrow down. I mean, you're learning, right? Learning, learning. I get it. You're a sponge. I When I started in 2017, I just couldn't absorb enough. But when you absorb and learn something, you need time to integrate it. So don't be attached to what, I'm seeing, and there's never any fear. You're like, okay, that please show me more. Please show me more. I'm open to this, but I'm also divinely guided and protected as well. I do make rules with spirit, and I'm creating a course about mediumship. So you do have to make rules with spirit. Otherwise, it's like you have no boundaries, and they're welcome to come in at any time. One of my rules is you're not allowed in my bedroom. Like when I'm sleeping, no, this is a safe space. This is where I need to recharge. After that, you can come through in my dreams. You can come through after. And I don't like being shown gory, bloody things. That as well. This could be a whole nother topic. So if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know. Um, yeah, and she's just saying she sometimes would see things in her peripheral. And you're from Canada. Well, so am I. I'm out of BC, but I am in Peru right now. So actually I grew up in Alberta. So that's a whole nother story. But thanks for your questions, Leandra. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. And I have a lot of free resources on YouTube about, developing your intuition, meditations, prayers, setting the stage, the table for spirit. I take all my clients through that as well. So it's like a 6-step process, especially when you're beginning. And then once you practice, rinse, repeat, and that means every day, it just becomes a part of who you are. And it's like almost like snapping your fingers or wiggling your nose. I think of Bewitched. I don't know why that's coming in, but okay. Stella is from Alberta. Thank you so much for being here. And I see that. Is that a number 8 in your profile picture? Interesting. All right. I love numbers and numerology as well. She's saying it's her first time here. Why does my pendulum, can I say that, lie to me? I would need more context out of that. And it might be good to book a 20-minute discovery call with me, and we can look into that further. Lie to me. You know what? That's because I feel like, oh, I'm hearing something. You're just too attached to something, to the question, to the outcome. And I think that does happen quite a bit. Or maybe we didn't clear ourselves before we came in. Or maybe we need to take a break from whatever it is we are so hyper focused on, because that can really cause issues. So I hope that helps. You can, again, always ask. I always ask, universe, God, I'm open to this and something better. So, and I'm open to anything that comes in as well. Just guide and lead me. I work with Archangel Michael quite a bit, so cords. I'm seeing some cords, something that needs to be cut. There's an attachment that I keep seeing, the sword, the cut. So I don't know if anybody does practices cord cutting. That's important with any interaction that you have. Maybe, I don't know about you, but sometimes when you're around someone, you're like, there's something there. I don't know what that is. So just for my highest good, I'm going to just cut that attachment. Um, all right. Well, thank you for the questions. I appreciate you so much. Please share this out as well. And yeah, what are you struggling with? I mean, we've had a few people here say, what they're struggling with. If you're caught in any drama, commitments, doings, because we are beings, not doings, codependency, people pleasing, you don't have any boundaries. I mean, I am practicing this every day. I'm in a co-homing community, so God is saying, okay, careful what you wish for, in a sense, right? So you're ready for this test. Here we go. And I just say, okay, I am not the driver. I just ask to be led and shown as well. So. And you're welcome, Stella. Thank you so much for the question. I definitely appreciate it. What else? I'm just going to go look in my book and see, because I wrote down some of the questions. And um, really, you know, I just want to bring this forward. Being born again or rebirth, that seems to be big symbolism around Christmas time, obviously. One of my mentors talks about how in Halloween we die, meaning we purge the ghosts of Christmas past, as they would say. We get rid of the skeletons in the closet, meaning your old wounds, your addictions, and you're letting go, and you're going to be a different person. And then your patterns, letting go of those. And then Thanksgiving comes around and you're thankful and grateful for everything in your life, even if it's clean water. I mean, I think we have to get back to basics. You're alive. I don't know what the percentage is, but you woke up today, which many do not have that, or many are grieving, around a lot of losses, right? So, as well, the old is going to be new. So you're refilling, getting rid of the garbage, just like purging. Are there things you need to clean out of your closet, give away, let go of, things that are maybe dragging your energy down? And that can include physical items, clutter, clean it up. I purged, I gave away everything pretty much twice since 2020. So, and anytime I bring something in, I'm like, do I really need this? Do I? No, most times I don't. So I have the basics: food and shelter and community and health and love, of course. Don't forget love. So, really, we're talking about dying well and resurrecting. So, crucifixion, in religion. And, the old religion, the dogma, the you're going to burn in hell and all that, that's garbage. Um, and I know there's a lot of recovering priests and nuns out there, witches that have been crucified, burned, whatever it is, from past lives. I do talk about that, Akashic records. So the dark night of the soul, that gets tossed around like it's, dark night. No, for a lot of people it is. It's very heavy. It's very trying. It's not easy. But really we want you to die of the old self, resurrect well, less of me and more of we, and making the shift to flourish and love. And when you are anchored in Christ consciousness, you are incorruptible. I think that's a big word, especially with, what we're seeing in government and religion and politics, and all of that will be revealed in 2022, especially, February 22nd, 2022. That's my mom's birthday, but all the twos. Big, big shift. It's also the year of the tiger. I'm a tiger. I've already talked about that. But so really, just it is our, and then we talk about Krishna. The Krishna with the four horses, they represent the four lower chakras: heart, solar, sacral, root. Um, and how we need to work on that, because really I think that's the work that we've been doing for a long time, for the last couple of years. And really err towards, I live in a state of love and the kingdom and the kingdom. All right. Any more questions? Anything you're struggling with? I am also throwing this out, live coaching experience. So if you're up to the challenge and ready to expand and be vulnerable, you can comment coach and I'll send you a link to go live here today or in another broadcast, a future broadcast. So if you need time to think about that, go for it. I am going to. I was asked a question about the fundamentalists, because I get questions a lot. They're like, "Well, are you a Christian?" And I'm like, I'm a follower and a lover, and I'm anchored in God. And the reason I answer that way is because I include everyone. There is no separation. When we start dividing and saying, well, if you're Christian and you're talking about mediumship and whatever else, cards, oh, that's anchored in, unfortunately, they tend to go, you're going to go to hell. That's wrong. It's sinful. I think of Doreen. Is it Doreen Virtue as well? She used to do the angel cards, and now she's made a total 360 flip, but to the side of, crucifying people. There's no judgment here. It's all love. So if it makes you feel good, go for it. That is the whole reason of healing. Not to be told once again that you're a horrible person, you're to this, you're not that. I mean, enough with the labels, enough with keeping us stuck and limited. And just remember that you are supernatural. You are a miracle. You are here for a reason. Your genetics are canceled. You are born of spirit. There are no genetics, okay? Let's think about that for a minute, because I hear that from clients as well. Oh, well, my dad had it, so I'm going to have it. Well, you've basically told your whole body, mind, and soul that you're resigned to either have heart disease or diabetes or whatever it is. And that, I'm sorry, not sorry, actually. You're choosing that. And chop wood, carry water, do it every day. Do it every day. Start small and rebuild something new and healthy for yourself. So why wait and procrastinate? It's only the ego that's addicted to pain. So pain, limitation, and suffering. Or as I'd say, the triple D effect of the ego is destruction, disease, and death. Right? Switch it to mind, body, spirit. We are all interconnected in this eco universe. We're all one. And I watched the movie on Netflix last night, Don't Look Up. Wow. You have to watch it. It is so in your face. Um, Jonah Hill plays such a, yeah, I'll say it. He's a punk. I'm just, anyways, I'm not going to give away any of this movie, but it's over 2 hours and 15 minutes. But every minute is amazing. Lots of aha moments and confirmations. And they really sneak stuff in under the radar. And you're like, did they just? Yes, they did. So I think we are full on awake here, or you're just coming on board, or maybe you're curious. Whatever it is, we know the truth about what's going on. And that's why you're here. That's why you're here. And you're like, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, your soul signed up for this. What are you going to do? Are you going to fight against the system, or are you going to build a new system? You choose. Are you going to choose to live in lack and limitation and fear? Or are you going to choose to live in love? All right. Oh, that's a good one. Hello, do you recognize me? Well, thank you. Yes, of course I do. Namaste. Love that. You know what? That's great. The cheekier, the better. All right. Um, so that was the question about religion and all that. It's it's like we create our own karma, and really you can choose again at any time. Choose again. You might get this thought. You can choose again. You might get this feeling. Feel the feeling, but you are not. It is just you're really learning about your body because we have been so disconnected from ourselves and from others. And we're no longer wearing yeah, as they say, respect the illusion and know the truth. All right. Any other questions that you have for me before I go and end this? Folks were asking about, if the moon is tied to evil. Here we go. I don't know. Like we've been fed all these stories, these tall tales, these fairy tales. I love fairy tales, but it's always skewed towards the dark and the negative, and it's wrong. And when you start going that way, then I'm sorry, you got to bring it back and just be like, okay, what does my heart say? Because the heart, as we know, is the most vital and is the most highly charged, not the brain, the heart. Now, when you first start following or tapping into your spiritual self, your soul, sometimes you can be either too grounded, if there's such a thing, or up in the ethers. So you've got to anchor it in both, as above as below, meeting here in the heart. That's the soul chakra, right? You got your upper three, your lower three. um, it's all about balance. I mean, Buddha talks about it all the time. And really it's as well, do more of how Jesus lived and be more. That's really what we're being called into. So the moon, and of course aliens, all of that. I haven't even gone that way, but I'm thinking 2022 is we're gonna talk about that a lot more. So yeah, the moon energy, it's a thing. I mean, if we're 70% water and the moon can pull tides, hello. So you can work with it as much as you want. Do whatever feels good to you. I've talked about the new moon, how to work with the new moon. I've talked about the full moon. So, new moon is about intentions and planting seeds and really reflecting and taking that self care time. The full moon is releasing and exposing shadowy stuff, right? Just letting go. I think it's a great refresh for every 2 weeks, however you want to work with it. Or you can just say, no, I'm not interested, and I'm just going to work with God. Or I'm going to work with my Wicca. Or I'm going to work with my Tarot. Or whatever it is, go for it. There is no right, there is no wrong. And it's good. I don't know about you guys, but I love reading. I love a good book. I'm reading two right now. I know, trying to read two. I kind of flip back and forth. Ram Dass, still here. Funny how I've never, there's just so many books to read. Anyways, and co-creating at its best with Dr. Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks. Interesting, just interesting conversations. I love Ram Dass's humor and how he really talks about his journey. And especially when he had a stroke and all that. So how he was humbled, the humility. I think that's important. And then, of course, Dyer and Hicks. I mean, come on. It's fun. I follow so many people. I get information from all sources, but mainly the source is God. So, all right. And Matthew has a question. Yes, I see that. Thank you. Oh, Stella, she's asking about if she can be a healer with my hands. Absolutely. You can send we all have the capacity, and that's why I brought Reiki into my practice as well. Because I found once I got the mediumship in place, I'm like, well, I need to learn how to heal myself, and that's what Reiki is. God, Jesus was a hands-on healer. He didn't even have to have hands on. He could just walk by somebody. So absolutely, Stella, you are already a healer. You just need to look into that possibility and really just start living it, okay? If you have any more questions about it, feel free to reach out to me after. Looks like you have 2 questions, Matthew. So which one? Interesting that it's different. Matthew Smith Returns and Matthew Smith Undercover. Looks like you have a couple of accounts. So which question would you like answered? Because it looks like you have 2. All right. So while he is or they are thinking of a question, I just wanted to do a few cleanups here in regards to all the events that I have going on. First and foremost, I do have a contest. It's in the link already in the comments. Unleash Your Magic Intuitive One-on-One Mentorship and the Power of 8. It's an infinity group mentorship. So if like you're like Stella, if I could I be a healer in this lifetime? Am I a medium? Am I psychic? Am I meant to, do this or be whatever it is? And a lot of people are quitting those service-based garbage jobs. And there's a big group out there, huge, over 1 million on Reddit, I believe. My son was telling me the other day that they're tired of feeding corporations. They're tired of feeding the 1%. So this is a place to really hone in on your gifts, unleash them, find them, because they're there. You just need someone to show you, and you do the work as well. This isn't, I'm going to do everything for you, mentorship. I am merely a guide. So there is a contest. This mentorship is worth over $2,000. There's 5 days left. 5 days left. 5 days left to enter. So head on over. If you need the link, let me know. Maybe I'll just make it easy for everyone and put it in the comments. And there's already half a dozen people who have entered. I'm just blown away. I think this is amazing. Thank you so much. I just updated here, so I'm going to put this in the comments. And here we go. There you go. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. All right. And what else are we, oh, of course, in the meetup group. If you're curious about your pet, if your pet is having issues, maybe it's their health, or I see a lot of personality disorders, separation anxiety, aggression. So bring them here every second Tuesday of the month. Head on over to my meetup group for that. As well, if you're curious about 2022 and the solstice, I kind of merged both of them. That's up on Facebook and YouTube already, or you can sign up for my newsletter. Unleash Your Soul's Purpose every Wednesday and every Saturday. So if you're looking for a safe space to connect, collaborate with other souls on Zoom, so it's more intimate and interactive. We have different topics, and it's a great place to meet other souls that are going through maybe something very similar. You just never know. And if you're looking to co-create a vision, a dream, we are having our annual 2022 Dream Vision Map. Bring your dreams, your wishes, your visions, and intentions to manifest. January 15th, 2022. And we meet quarterly as well. So it's 4 times in 2022. We're not just going to be like, here's your board, whether it's digital or physical, and then just leave you hanging, because I feel that's really important. As well, my book is out on Amazon or Kindle, Intuition Saved My Life. I am going to be recording the audio for it because I have a lot of folks that just like to listen, and I get that. I've listened to many a book or a CD in my lifetime on any subject. So, yeah, definitely check that out. And last but not least, the new moon is coming up in Capricorn, and it's on my birthday, January 2nd. Yay! So we're going to have extra fun at this new moon party. There's going to be messages, healings, readings, and there might be a giveaway or two. So definitely, I'd love to see you there. Okay. We always have a lot of fun. And it will be through Zoom as well, because I like that. The one-on-one. I like the smaller groups. I mean, I love sharing with you guys here, but when we're doing work like this is highly impactful. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Again, if you have any questions, even if it's on the replay, we won't leave you hanging. And I love you so much. Happy New Year. Enjoy, dream, reflect. Have fun. Throw a party. Throw a party. And I'm sending you so much love. Please take care. And please remember, healing begins where the ego ends.